Generally speaking, it is easy to recommend Kias when it comes to choosing a used car. After all, they have a great reputation for reliability, they tend to be packed with equipment, and ever since this third generation Sportage went on sale in 2010, a lot of them have looked cool too. Plus, of course, there's the warranty, which at 7 years and 100,000 miles offers great peace of mind. In an ideal scenario, any used Kia you buy will still have some of that warranty, which I should add is fully transferable, left to run. But even if it doesn't, there's still the reassurance that if there was a major fault in the car's first 7 years, then a previous owner will have been able to have had it fixed by Kia itself. In fact, it might even apply to cars that are more than 7 years old, because if it is an approved used vehicle and it meets certain criteria around things like age and mileage, then Kia will actually top up the warranty again. Just always make sure that any conditions of the warranty, particularly in regards to servicing, have been met. Onto the car itself, when you consider the Sportage is far from new these days, it is impressive how well the interior design has stood up. It's also easy to use, whether you want to adjust the heating using these chunky controls or check the dials, which are nice and clear. Now, in terms of interior quality and materials used, it's not up to Audi or BMW standards, but then nor does it cost Audi or BMW prices. Another plus point is the amount of space on offer, with enough room in the back for a couple of adults or 3 kids to sit comfortably. Continuing on the theme of practicality, this boot is larger than you'll find in a Nissan Qashqai, and of course you can extend it further still by lowering the rear seats, like that. As far as engines go, there are 2 petrol and 2 diesel. Now, if you go for the smaller of those, that's 1.6 for the petrol or 1.7 for the diesel, then your Sportage will be front-wheel drive. Go for the larger engine, which is 2 litre for petrol and diesel, and it will be 4-wheel drive. Also note that if you want an automatic gearbox, then you'll have to go for a 2 litre all-wheel drive model, thus pushing running costs up. As an example of this, the most efficient Sportage, which is the front-wheel drive 1.7 diesel, should return around 5 miles per gallon more in normal driving than a 4x4 2 litre diesel. If you do go for the 1.7 diesel, then some owners have found that it can suffer from a loss of power, which can often be rectified by changing the fuel filter. Also, whatever Sportage you're looking at, make sure the remote central locking works and have a good look at the interior and the seats in particular to check for signs of wear or damage. Also, check the alloy wheels for corrosion. It was a known Sportage weak point in Kia, changed or fixed, many of them under warranty. Only though, if there were no other signs of damage. Ideally, any car you're looking at will have a full service history, but don't forget to look up the car's MOT record online as well to get an idea of how well it's been looked after, and of course to buy from a dealer with good reviews. In terms of trim, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3, at least if you go for a front-wheel drive model. 4-wheel drive versions also carry the KX prefix and include, later on, a top-spec KX4 model, which in fact this car is. All of them come with air conditioning and alloy wheels, while higher spec models also include things like heated seats front and rear, parking sensors and sat-nav. As for how to know what represents a good deal, that's where CarGurus comes in. Because by searching for a Sportage or indeed any used car at cargurus.co.uk, we'll show you the best deals from top-rated dealers in your search area first, thus helping to cut the confusion from the used car buying process. In essence then, there's not a lot to dislike about the Sportage as a used buy. Okay, it's not as polished to drive as some of its rivals, but nor is it terrible. And anyway, isn't it worth trading some of that for the ease of ownership? Bottom line is, if you fancy finding out what the fuss is about with these SUV crossovers, then a third generation Sportage is a great way to do it.